my name is B.Owens, and I will be discussing a couple of leadership theories. For this week's assignment, we were asked to make a little short video on a couple of leadership theories from this week's reading. So, the leadership theories are contingency leadership theory, continuum theory, path goal leadership theory, and leadership substitute theory. I'll go a little more in depth about each one of those topics right now. So, with contingency leadership theory, theories in general, they state, with this theory, it states that the effectiveness of the leadership depends upon the situation. There are numerous factors such as the nature of the task that you might have to complete at work, or the leader's personality, the makeup of the group that's being led. Sometimes people clash, and some people's personalities are very strong. So it also states that the environment may influence the leader. If you're working in a hostile place, then your attitude might be a little hostile. Your leadership skills may be a little hostile. The next thing is that the key thing is to make sure that the environment doesn't get to you, so that it's not reflecting on you that your leadership skills are, getting a little hostile if you work in a hostile environment. With continuum theory, this explains the variations of involving quantitative transition without change or discontinues. It can be contrasted with, different models that possess qualitative uh, qualitative information. With this theory, it basically focuses on who makes the decisions. Leaders' choice of the leadership pattern and can be boss-centered or subordinate-centered. So what that means is the boss can run the place, completely just have the whole ship like they want it, or subordinate-centered. We can be the leader that steps aside and let the employees run the place, but you come back and you tell me, hey, this is what's going on, etc., etc. With the path goal leadership theory, the model of this theory is based on specifying a leadership style or behavior that fits the employee in the work environment in order to achieve the goal. So let's say, because I'm a high school teacher, that the best type of leadership skills you can have is being some type of role model. You always want to lead by example. So, and the goal is to teach the students the subject matter from that day, that lesson plan, and have them understand it. So, it says that the path goal model is a theory based on specifying a leader's style or behavior that best fits the employee and the work environment in order to achieve the goal. So if the goal is to get an A or just pass the class with at least an A, B, or C, then you have to have the right leadership skills, the communication skills to relay the subject matter so that they understand the information so that they can pass that test. With the goal of this is to increase your employees' motivation, empowerment, and satisfaction so that they can become productive members of the organization. Again, as a teacher, we are preparing these students to become citizens in the world, to become productive members of the world. So we have to make sure that we are motivating them to complete their work, to get good grades, to be somebody. Now, working as a teacher, there is a part and a point of being motivated to continue to teach. However, some people stay in teaching because, you get the summers off and you get all these vacations. But then that's motivation. Don't get me wrong. That is a huge, huge plus, that we get the summers off. But What makes you feel good and what gives you motivation to keep on pushing and keep on teaching is when that child understands, when that student understands what you're trying to teach them. And they understand, and then they're getting A's and they make you feel great. So that's the satisfaction that you get with teaching. And how does your boss keep you motivated? Um, we have Teacher Appreciation Week where they get us little gifts, little knickknacks, and they buy us lunch or whatever. So you know, this is to help and continue and to motivate so that we are satisfied as employees, as teachers. Um, with the path goal leadership theory, maximizing job performance and job satisfaction and uh, being rewarded is something that goes along with the path goal leadership theory. Lastly but not least, we have the leadership substitute theory. So substitute theory is the substitutes for leadership theory is the leadership theory first developed by Stephen Kerr. And the theory states that different situational factors can neutralize or substitute for a leader's behavior. So basically, depending on the situation, your leadership may change or your behavior may change on how you handle certain situations. So a substitute is the unnecessary and redundant, the highly skilled tradesman. Like, for example, a highly skilled tradesman does not need to be managed. They're the manager. They're in charge. Neutralizer, it reduces or limits the effectiveness of the leader's behavior. And if the leader is not near an employee, they can't give a direct order or task. So if I'm a tradesman, I am highly skilled, they hired me to be a supervisor, I don't need to be supervised. That's what this theory says. And then as a substitute, now as the neutralizer is saying that I have to be able to give you in a direct order for the task, but I have to be near you. So with this one, it really just varies on what type of employee you have. That's all I have. Again, we just sat here and discussed the theories of contingency leadership theory, continuum theory, path goal leadership theory, and leadership substitute theory. Again, I'm B.Owens, and that is all.